All right, guys, this is going to be the 2023 YZ250X bike check. So I've had a couple comments, people asking things that have been done to the bike and stuff. Originally, I bought this bike because I wanted to try to make it compete with a KTM 300 or Husqvarna, any of the European 300s, Sherco, Beta, all those do. And so originally, I wanted one of those bikes, but obviously couldn't afford it. So this bike was actually $7,800 out the door at my local dealership. For the power plant wise, this thing is bone stock, like bone stock as bone stock gets. With the YZ250X, there's a few different changes that they've made to the bike from the YZ250, the regular bike, that is not the X model. A few of those including they raised the exhaust port in the engine 5 millimeters to give it a little bit lower end power. This pipe, which is severely dented from me riding just the other day, is actually more tucked in. This bike is very sleek, so this pipe has been more tucked in than the regular pipe that you would get on a YZ250 two-stroke. But yeah, so this is a bone stock bike. What I've really done to the bike is cosmetically and you know, just adding things to it to make it take a beating a little better. And then a few things to just kind of help with grip and things like that. So we'll kind of start off on this side over here. I'm running these pegs. These are from Amazon, actually. I was blown away. I just wanted to see, you know, looking at a lot of those different peg options that you can see on the internet. They're very expensive, so not really ideal for me. I don't really want to spend $300 on a set of pegs just because I just know they're gonna wear out, take a beating. So these were actually, I think these were like $35 or $40 on Amazon, and I honestly, probably the best $30 or $40 I've ever spent in my entire life, and that's not even, I'm not even just saying that. They look great. These are nice and sharp. You know, a lot of those pegs that you get are like, they got the Allen screw on top and they flatten out, and they don't have the grip. They don't have the grip, so I don't know why anyone would buy those, but these are nice and pointy. They actually come with a few replaceable teeth too. They're black anodized aluminum, super light. You actually shave a little bit of weight off the bike as well. So next, moving up here, I've had to trim this a couple times because it keeps peeling, but these are core grip. The core grip frame tape for the YZ250 here. And obviously these would fit from like 06 or 05 to now. This frame has been the same, so this is great stuff. It looks like sandpaper, but it's actually more like rubbery. It's kind of more rubber feel to it. So I've added that for grip. I like a lot of grip on my bike, so anywhere I can get it. You can actually see I've been rubbing here as well, so I need to add maybe some black skateboard grip tape or something there. But this is just clear skateboard grip tape, and this probably has about 10 hours on it, and you can see it's starting to wear, but honestly this is held up like incredibly. You can still feel it's nice and coarse. It adds a lot of grip to the bike, a ton of grip, especially for like those hard enduro type movements and stuff that I do. Gearing, I have geared my bike down tremendously. These bikes come stock with a higher geared, it's a wide ratio transmission, so first and second are the same as the YZ250, and I believe third is closer to second, right? So it's shorter. And then fourth and fifth are longer gears, so you can kind of just fly, you know? For me, first and second just weren't very usable for the stuff that I do. I do a lot of slow, technical type riding, along with some kind of wide open stuff, cross-country type stuff. So I went with a 51 tooth in the rear and a 13 tooth in the front. And stock, this comes with a 1450. So I went up one tooth in the back and down one tooth in the front. So yeah, so, and I believe it was a 1450. It could have been a 1458 or a 1448. I can't remember, but definitely geared down. Some things that I really like about this bike, in 2022, I believe they went to this new plastic style, and I love it. I've owned, this is my 6th YZ250 I've owned, and these are so much more sleek don't know if you guys can see how much more sleek and slender this bike is. These the tips of these radiator shrouds, actually they go in more versus the old ones were kind of like out here pointy. My boot would always catch on it when I'm cornering and stuff. Outside of that, I'm still running the stock tires. These are the MX33s that come with the bike. They're getting pretty worn, and I'm actually getting ready to put on some different tires for a race that I got coming up this weekend. But the bike has 34.3 hours on it. A couple more than that because I put the hour meter on after braking, so probably has more like 36 hours on it. But so walking around the front here, I got the Moto Cuts graphics. Shout out to those guys. They provided a graphics kit for this bike for the build. So super pumped on that. Also huge shout out to John from SXS Slide Plate. These handguards are the Burley vented handguards. These things are insane. Like, look how solid this is. It's hard to show on camera, but these things are so thick, so solid. I have actually tipped the bike over on this entirely, and it, like, the whole bike has like lifted and pivoted over on just the handguard, and they're still fine. Yeah, these things take an absolute beating for me. I'm very hard on bikes. I'm super hard on dirt bikes. It's just like a known thing, but I also take really good care of them. So all right, moving down, actually I also have the SXS actual slide plate as well that covers your linkage on the back. Highly recommend these. Super easy install. There's two different ways to install. You can actually just install with you can install these with just the hangers here, or you can drill holes in the frame and tap them out and actually have screw holes there. Next, what else can I tell you about this thing, guys? My favorite thing about this entire bike, the 2022 and up YZ250s, you just have one seat bolt here. There's a little cap over this, one 8mm seat bolt to pop that off to change air filters and everything. It's super easy. Your airflow, all of your airflow comes from the back now. I believe the older bikes still looked like this, but you also had a vent here. So now all your air comes from the back. So the front of the air filter tends to be what gets the most air there. So pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much it. I will make a different video kind of going over the suspension and stuff that I've done to this bike. Let me know if you guys have any other things you'd like to see about the bike. I also plan on kind of going over my camera settings at some point. Maybe when I reach like 5,000 or 10,000 subscribers, we'll kind of go over the camera settings that I use when I go out and ride POV. Yeah, guys, this has been the 2023 YZ250X bike check, and super pumped on it. Thanks for watching.